Hi everyone, I'm Arjun Gupta, the founder and creator of Courseplay, and today we have Ms. Ashwati Baranwal with us. She's the founder of We Acapellas and has 14 years of experience in HR, organizational development, coaching, and training. She started off as my client, now she's a friend. Welcome, Ms. Baranwal. It's great to have you on today.
Thank you so much, Arjun. My pleasure.
You talked about how performance and learning go hand in hand.
Yeah.
I wanted to see, when it comes to 360-degree feedback,
Yeah.
What is your take on that? What does 360-degree feedback mean to you?
Okay. So let me start with the term called RPM, which is not rotation per minute, but real-time performance management, which of course is like the need of the hour and the buzz in the organization, because organizations are moving from traditional performance management approach to real-time performance management, and that is going to stay. And that's how organizations are going to build a culture of high-performing teams, because that goes without saying. We need high-performing teams to be able to sustain the challenges which every business is facing, especially after COVID. We have realized that. And Arjun, to further add, in human psychology, and I'm coming to 360-degree feedback and what it means to me. In human psychology, choice of words become very important. And there is a term called framing effects. It has impact on an individual's perception, judgment, understanding. So my question to you, or it's just an open question, is that which word or sentence will have more impact or better understanding by an individual or an employee when you say it in an organizational context? If we say continuous feedback from people, an individual spends most of his time, versus 360-degree feedback just as a process. My personal take on is this: when you say that it is going to be continuous feedback, we will take feedback from individuals, you spend and work most. Individuals and employees are more open to accept it, because continuous feedback as a word is a more open and a flexible approach. It's more welcoming, it's more holistic, and I feel 360-degree is a subset of continuous feedback process, as far as performance management is concerned. So to answer your question, incorporating continuous feedback into real-time evaluation process is the foundation of building high-performing teams. And I think there are a lot of reports. I think I was going through one of the LinkedIn reports. It clearly stated that an employee expects, its progression, transparency, feedback, real-time feedback from its organization. And it has a lot of advantages if we do continuous feedback. I think we all know. Top of the recall, the 4 advantages which I clearly see is, because when I was also in the corporate world, that was my expectation. The first was that I did not want any last-minute surprises in terms of what's going well, what's not going well. I wanted clarity on goal achievement. So it's important that companies should understand that your employees do not want last-minute surprises. I think the second most important for me was, am I getting enough clarity on how am I progressing, how am I growing in my career? And I wanted to move on fast in life in terms of good rating, bad rating, what went well, what did not go well. I should be able to know it, and I need to move on in life in terms of my career, in terms of my growth. So employees want to quickly learn. They want to adapt to different challenges. So sooner the better. It helps them stay at the top of the learning curve. And that's how they see performance management in their career growth. The third is, and I'm sure Gen Z and millennials will be able to relate to this, the word called FOMO. Are you aware of, Arjun, FOMO?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So it's the fear of missing out. I think when you constantly get feedback from your peers, from your managers, feedback is just not any kind of a set information or a data. There is much more meaning to it. So when they get feedback from their managers, from their peers, it is sort of a value add to them. They also learn from those conversations, like how we are having a conversation. I'm learning from you, you are learning from me. Even those continuous feedback conversations becomes a part of their learning journey, which they look forward to it. They also feel that, there could be something which my manager wanted to share or my peer wanted to share. They might forget if we delay the feedback. Hence, continuous feedback or 360-degree feedback is super important for employees these days to just not to miss the fear of missing out. And lastly, the fourth is that every individual wants to feel heard. That's very important. When I was also in the corporate world, my 13 years of experience in the corporate world, I always felt like that there should be somebody who at least should take the first step of asking, how are you feeling? So bottling up those emotions sometimes I feel becomes detrimental to any individual's growth, and hence not just individuals, teams' growth, and effectively, if you go up the ladder, it impacts organization as a whole. Hence, continuous 360-degree feedback should be a two-way process where manager, peers, employees, leaders are interacting and they get a feeling that they are getting heard.